What is up, people of the internet? It is me, Real American, back with a new video, and today, it is time that we discuss the 2024 presidential election, and somehow, in some way, Ron DeSantis' campaign gets even more egregious, somehow more pathetic, and worse than it was before. Yeah, you know I've been a hard critic of Team DeSantis for running an atrocious campaign. Well, somehow, in a matter of weeks, we have gotten to a point where even most media outlets are saying, oh yeah, there's something seriously wrong with this campaign. And we got to discuss what's going on and how is it somehow getting more egregious than it was before? Now, before we continue with today's video, I hope you enjoy these type of videos. If you do, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow all the social media accounts in the description down below, follow the Twitter pages, follow the Rumble pages, all that good stuff, and of course, join the channel today. Guys, this is the best way to support the daily content we all know and love, and also help keep this channel independent. Only for $3 a month, you can join the channel. So I hope and recommend you join the channel today. Alright, everybody. So let's get into it. Now, let me be 100% clear. We'll get to it, but there was a certain ad that Team DeSantis posted that kind of caused this whole discussion about what is going on here. We'll get to that in a second, but if you haven't seen it, just go look it up on like the DeSantis war page. It is. We'll get to it, alright? But having previously been touted as the GOP's next presidential hopeful, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis' White House bid has been floundering over the past few months, with even Republican figures casting doubt on the future of his campaign. Well, let's be real. Anybody that was fair and impartial about this, they were even admitting weeks ago that yeah, this campaign isn't all there. There's something just wrong here. And it seems like more and more people are starting to realize, yeah, there is just, yeah, something's not right here. In late 2022, DeSantis was seen as a ready-made replacement for Donald Trump to lead the Republican Party at the 2024 election. The former president was widely blamed, including by those in the GOP, for the party's poor midterm performance. It continues to face prosecution in a string of criminal investigations. And I will admit this, in November of 2022, I was having my doubts of Trump. And I did post a tweet where I said, it's probably time for Trump to move on. But here's the thing. Ever since November, though, it was more of like, you know, more of a reaction to the midterm. The more I looked at the data and more I looked at all of the, you know, how the campaigns are being ran, I realized, wait a minute here. Trump is probably our best chance. Because, for one, when you look at what he's actually running on, it's far better than what Team DeSantis has been running on. And there was a while, though, that DeSantis, I think, had Trump's number. He shouldn't have waited 6 months after the fact to announce his candidacy. He shouldn't have. And it's been blunder after blunder. I mean, the first major one was waiting until May to announce. You should announce the week after Trump announced his. So you could have blunted all the momentum he possibly could have gotten, which he did get some, and keep your surge going. And so that was the first major mistake of Team DeSantis. However, DeSantis has failed to take advantage of Trump getting indicted in both the New York falsifying business records case and special counsel Jack Smith's classified documents investigation, where the former president has denied 37 charges respectively. DeSantis has not made any traction in GOP primary polls, while also seeing his favorability rating plummet. And this is something that I think everybody's just forgotten. Trump's been impeached twice. He's been through investigation after investigation. Russia. It's like nothing's going to dent his popularity with the base. Even the polling that we got right now, they're showing that Trump is still winning like 95% of Trump 2020 voters. And this has always been the thing, like, attacking him for the indictments was just stupid. And the GOP fails to realize Trump voters, they're going to vote for Trump no matter what. In a general election especially. Just 35.9% of Americans hold a favorable view of DeSantis, compared to 45.2% who say they view him unfavorably, as of June 29th, according to 538's National Average Tracker, although experts point out the campaign is still in its early stages. DeSantis' unfavorable rating among potential voters has been steadily rising since late March, when he recorded a split 39.3% favorable rating. This includes a time after he confirmed his 2024 bid in late May in an Era Stern Twitter Space online announcement. So, yeah, I mean, the DeSantis stuff, his popularity has been crashing in 538's aggregate. And I know 538's not everything, but it's just a fact. It's not just one poll showing it. It's every single one. Even the more reputable pollsters, they're showing the exact same thing. DeSantis' favorability rating also arrives at a time when the Florida governor, who has signed several anti-LGBT laws in his tenure, was criticized by a Republican group for a presidential campaign advert as being homophobic. And this is where we get to the whole shenanigans. Now, DeSantis, let's be real, he's been great on certain cultural issues, such as protecting our kids, going against this LGBT cult. So let me be clear. Trump has never been the best on the issues, though I think he has improved since 2016. Like, he doesn't support transgender people in the military. He wants to ban mutilation of our children. He's definitely became, I would say, more conservative over his tenure. But the DeSantis War Room released an advert on Friday, the last day of Pride Month, in which it's like, I don't care if it's Pride Month or not. It criticized Trump for comments he made in support of the LGBT community in the wake of the 2016 mass shooting at the gay nightclub Pulse in Orlando, Florida, which left 49 people dead, and other supportive comments made by the former president. And this is the problem that I have. It's not because he went after him for some crap transgender comments he made in, 10 years ago. I don't have a problem with that. That's a rightful thing to criticize him for. Absolutely. My problem is you attack him for talking about the mass shooting that happened in the nightclub. And I know Trump, that was always been his black eye. He's always been a bit more liberal on the gay stuff, transgender stuff. But I would say his presidency shows he's not the most liberal Republican on the issue. There's far worse. But it's just one of those things where it's like, you attack him for that? You could attack him for far more egregious cases. But you went after him for supporting the community in the wake of a mass shooting at the RNC. And look at the advert. I'm not going to show it here because YouTube. But if you watch the advert, they purposely cut out and splice up his words. So that doesn't even mention what he's talking about. He doesn't even bring up the fact that, hey, it was during the mass shooting. It's like, what are you freaking doing? Don't attack him for that. One of the, again, it's kind of cringe that he isn't the best on the issue, but it's the worst thing to attack him on related to that issue. The video then highlights the numerous anti-transgender bills DeSantis has signed into law in recent months, including those banning gender-affirming care for children. The ad also shows headlines that describe DeSantis bills as draconian and dangerous. There are then clips of infamous fictional characters such as Patrick Bateman, the serial-killing main character played by Christian Bale in the 2000 American Psycho movie, which have been adapted from Bret Easton Ellis' controversial 1991 novel. Yeah, Team DeSantis not only attacked Trump for possibly the dumbest thing you could have attacked him on. There's far worse things you could go after him on the issue. That's just fact. But you try to out-meme Trump, and you bring him Patrick Bateman? Which, I love the memes with Christian Bale as Bateman. I love the memes, but it's like, they did it in such a crappy fashion. It's like, what are you freaking doing? It's not a good, like, look, the Patrick Bateman memes are funny, but as a presidential candidate, I would not want to be seen as the, the guy that's similar to the freaking serial killer. It's like, the optics of that are just brutal. Now, this is where we get to the crappy part of the GOP. Log Cabin Republicans, the largest GOP organization representing LGBT individuals, accuse the advert in a series of tweets of being divisive and desperate, which will alienate swing state and younger voters. Look, the Log Cabin Republicans gotta go away. I'm not even defending DeSantis for what is a pretty pathetic ad, but it's like, no, they call it homophobic. It's like, no, it isn't. It's just cringe. The worst thing you could have attacked Trump on was talk with a mass shooting, and you attack him on that, and then you bring up how, I'm Patrick Bateman, the mass, killer from the 2000 American Psycho movie. It's like, what? You don't out-meme Trump. There's only one Trump. Trump is the only one that can get away with something like this. Not DeSantis, because Trump has always had the meme magic. Conservatives understand that we need to protect our kids, preserve women's sports, safeguard women's spaces, and strengthen parental rights. But Ron DeSantis' extreme rhetoric has just ventured into homophobic territory. Oh, go away. Again, I just ignore what the Log Cabin guy's got to say. Nobody freaking cares what you think. You're like, there's like 5 people in the membership, and there's like, 1% even know who they are. It's like, no, nobody cares what the Log Cabin Republicans think. It's not because it's homophobic. It's not. It's just cringe. That's always been the problem with Team DeSantis. DeSantis' rhetoric will lose hard-fought gains in critical areas across the nation. Where? This old playbook has been tried in the past and has failed repeatedly. Again, don't listen to what these guys got to say. Just ignore it at this point. Just all this stuff, yeah. There's no point of talking about it because the Log Cabin Republicans, they're not conservative. But anyways, Christina Pushaw is the rapid response director for the 2024 campaign of DeSantis. She tweeted on Friday night, opposing the federal recognition of Pride Month isn't homophobic. We wouldn't support a month to celebrate straight people for sexual orientation either. It's unnecessary, divisive, and pandering. She's technically right in the first part. It's like not homophobic, but really? Why even bring this up? You see what I'm saying about Team DeSantis? But you scroll down here. The backlash to the ad arrived as DeSantis continues to trail behind Trump by double digits in the GOP primary polls, even with the former president's legal difficulties. Trump has come out on top in the most recent surveys, according to 538, a collection of GOP primary polls. A YouGov poll conducted between June 24th and June 27th showed the former president 27 points ahead of DeSantis, 52-25. As of June 30th, Trump leads the GOP primary on average with 51.8%, with DeSantis a distant second on 23.5%. Speaking to CBS in late June, former Maryland Republican Governor Larry Hogan, yes, not the most conservative guy, but at least with him, you can listen to him how to win a campaign, because he's a freaking governor of Maryland, said DeSantis' campaign is one of the worst I've ever seen, and he's dropped like a rock. I think it's getting close to being over, Hogan told the weekly podcast A Takeout. Also in late June, Jeff Timmer, a senior advisor to the Lincoln Project, a Republican PAC consisting of Trump critics, said that Ron DeSantis is the worst candidate I've ever seen. Again, ignore the Lincoln Project, but it's like everybody is saying, even the most vehemently anti-Trump group, and I know they're vehemently anti-Republican, but it's like, if they're admitting that this campaign is just awful. So, yeah. Overall, I gotta say, what a big fat mistake this campaign has been. There's been no real positives. I mean, there's been nothing unique proposed. I mean, this is the thing about DeSantis. If he was bringing something unique to the table, right? Something different, there would be a serious conversation. If he would have said, look, I'm Trump, but you don't got to worry about the controversies. You don't got to worry about all the legal allegations. I'm Trump, but not rough around the edges. If he's been running on that, he would have been far better. But the run on, culture wars. Yes, I want to run on culture wars. I want to prevent abortion late term. I want to protect the family. I understand that. But it's like most voters, they don't care. They don't care. Oh, I signed a bill 3 years ago that, gave teachers an extra $500. That's nice and all, but how are you going to fix the road outside my street? That's been, outside my house, I should say. That's been broken or has not been repaired in like 50 years. How are you going to stop inflation? How are you going to do this? That's always been the problem. But now you're trying to out-meme Trump? Don't do it. Everybody that's tried to do it, it's ended horribly for them. Trump is the only one that somehow has the best optics when it comes to using memes. Not DeSantis' campaign, because they're ran by a bunch of Ted Cruz and Bush people. And that's why I think that this is just a disaster. A complete and total travesty, which once was a promising future president. I always thought that. But now I'm starting to wonder, can he even win a primary at this point without even Trump? He's even without Trump on the ticket, he's only like a 32%. There is something seriously wrong about this campaign. And there's been blunder after blunder, and this could have been avoided. Just don't freaking run. And if you are going to run, don't hire Ted Cruz and Bush people. It has never worked. Those bozos have ran multiple campaigns in the ground. And you think now is the time we get it right. Overall, folks, disappointing what's happening to the Ron DeSantis. Team DeSantis, they're full of grifters and bad people. But, yeah, it's been embarrassing for the past couple months. Just drop out. Don't go on debate. When Trump embarrassed you at the debate, which I hope he does, by the way, I'm not one of those people that say, oh, he shouldn't. I think he should. I'm just saying, if Trump shows up at the debate, good luck. Anyways, folks, thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the Twitter accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. Thank you so much. Godspeed to all of you.